What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls pregame coming up right around the corner. On tonight's pregame, injury updates and the latest for the Bulls and their opponent tonight, the Detroit Pistons. Who will step up in the absence of Coby White? Zach Collins also out. Will we see big minutes for Jalen Smith? And, of course, we got to talk a little GOAT on NBA on NBC last night. Next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls pregame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck Bulls _Peck. That's my guy, Big Dave. Bow. 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 BNWL Sports. And on the controls for game 1 of 82, queen of them, Sarah Bear. What up, Sarah? Bow. CHGO Bulls pregame presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Woo! Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. Woo! And download that Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365.
Are you done? Did you get it out?
It's out.
It's out.
It's out.
Dang it!
Dave's excited. We made it. We made it, you guys.
We made it.
Woo!
And you know what that means? It's game 1, and that means only one thing. That means it is time for the one thing that I love, and that is Meathead Hours time. Show it to him, Sarah. Tell him what time it is, because it's time for Meathead Hours. Let's go. Oh, I am charged. I am ready. I can't wait to sit and watch this team play. You know how long we've been waiting for this? It has been months. It's been a long, grueling offseason.
April was a long time ago.
Man. It was such a long time ago. But now, guess what? I get to sit down. I get to watch. I get to listen to Stacey King. I get to listen to Adam Amin. I get to listen to Tim Sinclair. And I'm going to watch my team, my favorite team, the Chicago Bulls. Yes, I'm a sicko. And all y'all in the chat are sickos with me. That's why you're here. That's why Matt's here. That's why Sarah Bear's here. Well, they told her to be here. But she wants to be here because she's also down.
Full down.
Full down, baby. Let's
That's
go.
Right. Shout out to Vince Perez, who said sicko check-in from the United Center today. Hey, way to go. Hope you enjoy the game tonight. Trick Daddy Dex saying Meathead Hours. That's right.
You better believe it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Bulls by 60.
What up, Anthony? What up, Joel? What up, Lars? Oh, good to see you in the chat, Lars.
I can't wait.
What up, Jelly? A lot of our regulars. Giddey's flip side. Good to see all of you here, Sports Chicago style.
Yes.
French Bulls fan, Matt Nuku, everybody. My goodness. What up, Strick? Oh, Dave.
Strick.
We're back, baby.
82-0 Strick.
Welcome back, those of you who decided to, keep your life more stress-free during the preseason weeks.
Yeah.
We were here talking Bulls through the preseason games.
Yes, we were.
Through training camp before that.
Yes,
but
we
tonight, the games start counting, Dave.
Oh, they count, Matt. And you want to go 1-0. You want to get off to that great start, and you're doing it at the UC. And I love starting it off at the UC. And you're starting it against a rival who's been a rival for decades.
Truly.
The Detroit Pistons have been a rival. You remember what they did to you in February? Remember that ass whooping that they put on the Bulls in February?
Dude.
Back-to-back ass whooping they put on.
Maybe it was our old pal, the Neuralizer from MIB. I had forgotten about that until I looked back to last year's regular season head-to-head against the Pistons.
Yes.
So the Bulls got the first victory in hand in November.
Mm-hmm.
Then they lost 3 against the Pistons, all in the first couple weeks of February.
Yes.
And there was a lot going on. Zach LaVine had gotten traded. The new guys had arrived. They hadn't really figured out their roles yet.
It's true.
The Bulls went on a pretty ugly 6-game losing streak. And in that 6-game losing streak in February, the Bulls lost back-to-back games to their division rival Detroit Pistons by a combined 58 points.
That's insanity. That is
so
insanity.
little
we
taste,
saw it all.
little taste of revenge.
Yes.
Again, this is basically the same Bull squad.
That's it.
That did that.
That's it.
Herter was here. Trey Jones was here. Zach, like the trade had happened. Those guys were not only here, but they were playing in those ugly, ugly back-to-back losses to the Pistons.
Yeah.
And yes, they are your division rivals. Shout out Horace Grant for this great T-shirt.
Amazing shirt.
And like AK was chatting with the 670 crew from their, live remote show from the United Center Concourse earlier this afternoon. Shout out to Speegs and to Lawrence Holmes.
Shout out.
And AK again was talking about defending home court.
Yes.
It was one of the goals he set for himself and the team last season. And they failed to do that. They had a better record on the road than at the Madhouse last season.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Tonight is a great first test to see if they can change that.
Absolutely right. And he also said in that interview that he wants them to remember February. He said, I hope they remember February and what happened to them on their home floor in February. First game of the year, and you're starting it off this way. Like, you have to come out ready to play. As I've said a million times, and I'm so glad because I don't have to say this anymore after this, Matt. We're going to find out day one. Day one is here. Day one is in your face.
That's right.
Day one is talking loud to you. Real. You can smell day one's breath because it was right there on you. It's in your face. And it did have some gum, so the breath don't stink. Shout out
Sarah,
day one.
did you have something to say?
Just bull down.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
Excited.
That's all she on, baby. Bull
Sarah's
down.
excited to bull down.
Bull down.
That's right, Anthony. Detroit sucks, always will.
Always.
Always. Although
rocking with that.
they're actually pretty good.
No, they're pretty damn
They went to the playoffs last
damn
year,
good.
pushed that very good New York Knicks team to 7 games in the first round before losing that 7th game, and are returning a lot of the same pieces this year, including their young rising superstar, Cade Cunningham.
Yes.
They made some pretty savvy offseason moves, bringing in a floor spacer like Duncan Robinson. They went and got Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
And speaking of Karis LeVert, let's now just touch on the injury report for tonight's game, Dave.
Okay.
Because he was on the injury report for Detroit dealing with some knee soreness.
Okay.
He has been given the green light. So they do have LeVert available tonight.
Okay.
However, Marcus Sasser, also on the injury report with right hip issue, was a game-time decision. He has been ruled out. And most importantly for Detroit and what they are doing as a team this season, Jaden Ivey, of course, out and will be out for a while with that arthroscopic procedure on his right knee. So Bulls get a little bit of help in the absence of Jaden Ivey. On the flip side of that coin, however, the Bulls have a daunting task of finding other areas to score points without Alec Jacoby White out there.
Oh,
Alec Jacoby White, like we got the news over the weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was Monday morning, right?
Right.
We got that press release injury update Monday morning.
It was.
It bugged Dave because of the way it was phrased.
My God.
Great news, everyone.
Like, for real.
Kobe's making great progress. P.S. He won't be playing for the first 2 weeks of the regular season.
Just say it. Just say it, man. Why you got to make it so difficult? No, it is going to be tough and going to be a struggle without Coby White out there. And that's why I just wanted to show. Sarah, can you put up Coby White's stats, please? And I just wanted this because I wanted people to see exactly what will not be on the floor for the Chicago Bulls and just how important he is. You see the 20 points a game, see the 3 rebounds, the 4 assists, the 45 from the field, but that 37 from 3 and that 90% from the free throw line are the 2 keys for me right there, because you got a guy who he gets hot in that fourth quarter when that money's on the line. So let's say if this game is really close, man, taking him out of that situation, a guy who gets those double-digit points in that fourth quarter, who gets those 4-point plays and can get to the foul line and knock him down, not having him out there is going to be a problem and a straight-up issue. And now the question is, Matt, who is going to fill that role?
Right.
Somebody has to step in and get those points and be that player for the Chicago Bulls. We're going to find out tonight who that is.
We were all watching the NBA tip-off doubleheader last night, or I assume we all were.
You better.
But,
yes.
The epic game with the Rockets and the Thunder. I mean, just epic. Could you ask for a better first game of the regular season?
Absolutely not.
Double OT, 200 miles an hour. It was incredible. And yes, they didn't come away with the win, but that is why the Rockets went out and made that bold move to get Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Because that young team with a lot of great star players who have certain niche talents and skills, they have been falling short in their early postseason runs as a good young team full of rising stars because they don't have that guy.
Correct.
Who's that guy to go get you a bucket. And Şengün in his own way was that guy for them a lot last night.
Oh, he balled.
But dude, ball in your hands, last possession of the game. Who's taking that shot for you? Who's driving to the bucket to draw a foul for you?
KD.
Because much of last season, that was Coby White for the Bulls.
Correct.
So it's not just about collectively filling the Coby White scoring gap of 20 points per game and that being a communal effort. It's like, yo, who's got the ball in their hands in crunch time? If the Bulls keep this close, and this is a game that they can win.
Yeah, and you want to see the young guys step up, and you want to see the young guys, fill into their roles. But now it has to be now. You know what I mean? Now it's not like, okay, you can take your time, do your progress, figure things out like that. No, somebody has to come through right now for the Chicago Bulls, because that young man is walking through that door for at least the next 4 to 6 games. So it's going to be wide open and a straight up issue for this team to figure that out, because these games are going to be close. Like, everything is not going to be a blowout one way or another. It's going to be close, man. And the Bulls did really well down the stretch in those close games, partly because they knew they had Coby White out there doing his thing. Now, you saw Josh Giddey definitely help the Bulls in those close games for sure. You saw Trey Jones definitely help the Bulls in those close games. But how much of that is because Coby White was on the floor and defenders had to worry more about him than they had to worry about a guy like Josh Giddey? We're going to find that out tonight, man, because they're going to get their best defenders, because the best scoring option is not going to be on the floor. So you're going to see the best shot and the best defenders given by the Detroit Pistons on the Bulls tonight, man. It's going to be a game, bro. I'm excited, man.
Going to be a game. Speaking of who might fill in for some of that Coby White scoring tonight, shout out to our guy Amari Green in the chat, who said Modest going for 25 tonight. That would help.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that.
35 would be better. Yeah.
So the Bulls are without Coby tonight, of course, also without Zach Collins, who we learned over the weekend had a minor non-displacement fracture in his wrist that he suffered taking a charge in their waning preseason action. So he is out for 4 weeks. You assume, obviously, behind Vooch, that means a tougher task and more minutes for Jalen Smith tonight. He actually saw a spot start in the Bulls preseason finale. Billy going double big with Vooch and Jalen Smith. So, obviously, missing Coby hurts the most, but Zach Collins was looking good in his preseason minutes before that wrist injury and looked good for large spurts of last season after the trade. Basically, stole Jalen Smith's job for large part. He was that backup right behind Vooch on most nights. Mm-hmm. So the Bulls are shorthanded. So are the Pistons. The Pistons starting 5, Dave. I mean,
okay, hit me with it. I'm ready.
We got Cade. We got Duncan Robinson. Ooh. Big offseason acquisition.
Yeah,
they needed that floor spacing.
Huge. You
got Asar Thompson.
Okay,
ascending star. You got Tobias Harris, wily vet, but can always get you some buckets.
Okay, and
Jalen Duren. So, they don't have Jaden Ivey, but that's still a fierce starting 5.
So Duren made the flight.
He did. Damn. He did make this flight.
Damn.
I forgot about that.
I tried. You know what I mean? I tried. Tried to bribe the limo driver with some Portillos. Didn't work. That dude's a problem. That is a great lineup, man. And Tobias Harris is another guy who kind of goes under the radar for that team. He doesn't get talked about a lot. Obviously, he doesn't speak a lot, like that.
Right.
But he's a matchup issue. He is a real problem. And he's somebody on both sides of the floor you have to account for, because not only can he go up against anybody on the offensive side, he can defend whoever because of his size and his length and his versatility. So he's kind of like an Eastern Conference Nicholas Batum in a way.
Ooh.
He can be that kind of player, for this team, man. They got that veteran who can fill in any spot and do what they need to be done. So you got to watch him, though. I'm just saying, you're going to have to watch that young man. Great value, J. Cole. You're going to have to look at him.
So just to wrap up injury stuff, Io and Patrick Williams were both held out of their preseason finale.
Trick.
Neither of them were even listed on the Bulls' latest injury report coming into tonight's game. So that's promising. I believe I also saw from Billy's pregame media availability that neither of them are even on a minutes restriction of any kind tonight.
Okay.
So we should see green lights fully for Io DeSumo and Patrick Williams. And I see some people in the chat already talking about it. The Bulls starting lineup is also out. And of course, Trey Jones is in there.
Okay.
We were talking about that as the preseason was winding down. If Coby's not ready to go, Trey's going to be in that starting lineup, regardless of who else is going to be in there.
Regardless.
Billy has already come to trust Trey Jones immensely.
Okay.
So you got Josh Giddey, Trey Jones, Modest and Vooch, and then, of course, that other gigantic question.
Come on, man.
That we were trying to answer all offseason long.
Put your bets in.
After the Okoro trade acquisition.
Here we go.
Isaac Okoro gets the start over Kevin Huerter.
Over the Velvet.
Yep.
Oh, I owe you.
Are you surprised by this based on what we saw from Okoro in those preseason minutes? Because I'm a little surprised.
I don't know if surprise is the word. It's just the option. You know what I mean? It wasn't like anybody took the job and said, yo, this is mine. I just thought it was going to be Huerter strictly because of what he looked like with Josh Giddey in that second half of the year. That's the only reason I was like, he should be but in the preseason, we saw him go 1 of 7, and then we saw him go 2 of 8. So he didn't shoot the ball well. And he may still be dealing with a little injury because he sat out a couple of games because he was injured as well. So he still may be dealing with something like that. And then
Same can be said for Isaac Okoro, though, who left
knee soreness,
who left their game against the Nuggets, their second to last preseason game, did not return in the second half, and then sat their preseason finale last Thursday.
That's true.
So they're both dealing with nagging injuries.
Yeah, and Okoro, I mean, going up against the Pistons, you're going to need some defense and you're going to need some toughness.
Yeah.
And I said it was going to be matchup prone, like whoever they're playing, that's who is going to, be starting at the 3 on those occasions. So they're going to go with Okoro.
My other big question alongside who steps up with their offensive production in the absence of Coby White tonight, coming into tonight's game, it was that, and it was who's checking Cade Cunningham, who's just a lethal, multifaceted Swiss Army knife of a weapon. Like Vincent Nicholas in the chat asking, why the hell is Okoro starting? Please give your reaction. my educated guess, and because that was my other question, who's checking Cade out of the gate?
Yeah.
Does this mean that Isaac Okoro drew the defensive assignment of, hey, good luck trying to slow down Cade Cunningham tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Because if Ayo Dosunmu's not in your starting lineup, you would think there's another person who could hypothetically get that task assigned to them by Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
And we'll see how Billy works with his rotation tonight. We might see Ayo and Cade on the floor simultaneously at times, Cade being starter, Ayo coming off the bench, and maybe Ayo does check Cade for various stretches of this game that they are both on the floor. But, I mean, if you're talking about why start Okoro after what we saw in the preseason, that would be my guess.
Yeah.
Like, AK was talking about Okoro again on 670 this afternoon when he was asked about, like, this team's identity and what, Okoro, trade, defense. So,
yeah, we'll find out.
Good luck. I think it also, unless you think anyone else is drawing that assignment from the Bulls' other 4 of their starting 5, because I don't think that makes sense.
They may try to cheat with Trey Jones on some possessions.
Maybe
that might happen like that, but I think it also tells me that Ayo Dosunmu might be that first dude off the bench as well. So if you're playing Okoro to be out there so you can keep a guy like Cade Cunningham in check, you're gonna want to try to keep checking him. You know what I mean? So you definitely, I think Isaac Okoro is a good choice. If you're going with that defense on that, we'll see how good the defense is, because Cade Cunningham against the Bulls, along with Jalen Duren, have been issues for the team, man, straight up.
Believer in the chat saying Dalen Terry can take on Cade just fine.
Oh,
that is someone who is very much a believer in Dalen Terry's abilities.
Okay.
I think Dalen will see some minutes tonight. I don't know if he's going to see a lot of minutes tonight.
Yeah.
And again, we'll see. The Bulls got in foul trouble in a handful of those preseason games. Can they avoid that? Because if one of Trey or Josh Giddey pick up 2 quick fouls in this one, then Billy sending Ayo out there earlier than he would probably ideally like. And then you're kind of just like playing from behind the 8 ball all night. If either of your starting guards get into early foul trouble.
Ooh, good point.
Because that's the thing about this Bulls team and what they are going to be defensively, especially for the first handful of games this season. There could be a learning curve, a growing process. This team might be a better defensive team in April than it will be tonight. But perimeter defense is going to be an issue. You can't have weak interior rim protection and a weak perimeter defense, which is, I think, kind of what we saw in the Bulls' 5 preseason games.
Yeah, man.
And the Pistons, it's not like they were an elite floor spacing team last season, but they made moves to correct that and to improve upon that. So these perimeter defenders for the Bulls have a tall task in front of them tonight, because we know that the Pistons can score inside, and now it's just like it might be a pick your poison kind of night defensively.
Oh, man, yeah, and I think if you're going to do that, then you have to stop the best player, and that's Cade. And Cade, it's not like he, world beating, from the outside. He definitely gets inside and scores, but it's just the fact that he has done it against the Chicago Bulls in that kind of way, man. Like, if you look at his numbers, Sarah, if you have that stat of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren's numbers against the Bulls, so take a look at that. So you see what Cade has done. This is just against the Bulls, man. Like the 24-5, but almost 10 assists a game. But it's the almost 50% from the field and the 40% from 3 from a dude who was shooting about 35% from 3 on the season. But when he played against the Bulls, it was a whole different monster, man. They went 3-1 against the Bulls, by the way. And as I mentioned, Jalen Duren he's just a monster, inside. So you're going to get a double-double, but this one you're getting the best of the double-double. You're getting 15 and 14, but also he averages about 2.7 assists that season. Against the Bulls, it was 4.3. 1.1 blocks. That goes up a little bit when he plays the Bulls. Now, the field goal percentage, he's going to shoot near 70%.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at the 66 because everything is interior with that young man. So you're right. It's a pick your poison situation, but I think you have to stop the guy who is the all-pro, who is the all-star, who was all-NBA third team. You have got to go at Cade Cunningham first, and I think that's why Okoro is out there, and I think that's why you're going to see Ayo out there too.
We'll see what Cade throws at the Bulls. You know, we didn't get a look at the Pistons in preseason. I mean, I maybe saw one of their preseason games or parts of it, but as far as Bulls-Pistons matchup head-to-head, yeah, if you want to take a quick look at, I mentioned Duncan Robinson, but Sarah, if you want to look at what the acquisitions this offseason were for the Pistons, of course, Duncan Robinson being a big one. They signed Karis LeVert, who I did mention earlier, got the green light after being on the injury report earlier this week. Paul Reed, our old friend Javonte Green is a back. Detroit Piston this season. They signed and traded Dennis Schroeder away. Tim Hardaway Jr. went to the Denver Nuggets. Malik Beasley, still a lot going on there with him and his whole off-the-court investigation. So a similar group that led the Pistons to the 6th seed in the East last season, and a couple of off-season additions that could really help.
Yeah.
Shout out quickly to Fantasy Cast Podcast, who said, "Good Lord, I love basketball so much. I'm so ecstatic right now. My wife is making me watch the game in the car because I won't stop screaming." Well, you know,
hey,
make yourself comfortable in that car.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what can help is if when you come back in from the car, you say, "Hey, wifey of mine, my beloved, I watched the game in the car, so I didn't bug you.
Okay.
And I'm coming back in the house having made some money.
Ooh.
Because I made some smart bets on tonight's game.
Paper.
Let's get to some Bet365 pregame
Get
picks,
to it.
y'all. Just a reminder to download that Bet365 app and use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up, because whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. All right, I made 3 picks for tonight's game. I got a little candy for the Bulls fans.
Candy makes you
And
dandy.
I got a little reality check for the Bulls fans.
Okay, all right. Give him the candy first.
And Big Dave, I made this one because obviously I'm just really excited to watch Modest tonight, but specifically for you.
Yes.
You've been very giddy, no pun intended, about Modest's block numbers from last season and wanting to see that not only continue but improve this season.
Yeah.
I saw plus 132 odds for Modest to have 2 or more blocks tonight. I think defensively the Bulls are a mess, but he was putting up multiple games with multiple blocks in those 5 preseason outings. And we saw him have multiple games with multiple blocks down the stretch of last season when his minutes went up. So I love Modest over 1.5 blocks at plus 132 odds. I think that's great value.
Okay.
Similar fashion, I think the Pistons, on more than one occasion, will dare Josh Giddey to shoot if he has the ball around the arc tonight.
He's going to be open.
He'll be open.
Yeah.
We did not see a lot of crazy hot shooting from Giddey in preseason, the way we saw him catch fire behind the arc down the stretch of last season, which was nuts. He had, I think, one game where he started like 3 of 3, and then he tapered off. But for the most part, Josh was not raining threes in preseason. But over 1.5 made threes at minus 115. I don't hate that value. I actually kind of like that value because I think that he's going to get a lot of open looks from behind the arc, and I think he'll take maybe not every single open look he gets, but he'll take some of them because he's got to get to that point where he's like teaching teams, hey, you can't leave me open out here or I will punish you.
Yeah, man. And we saw a little bit of it, though, in the preseason. Like, he was hitting those shots. Like, he had an opportunity to get those shots, and he was hitting them because they were wide open to him. It was something he was stepping into and being confident about it. And he's at that point for me as a shooter that I want him to just be confident, you know, when he's taking that shot. And if he's confident and he looks good, then okay, it's not going to look great. We saw the form. It's not going to look great. Does it go in? You know, that's all we're concerned about. Does it go in? Because every point he can provide this team, they are going to need all of them. And I'm talking every single point that they got. They're going to need everything from Josh Giddey. So if Giddey can put up those triple doubles and do his thing like, you know, we're used to him seeing, man, he can do it by hitting some three-point shots too, Matt. You're going to see me yelling and screaming like you saw me in this first segment, and I'm going to be very excited about it.
All right, so there are your 2 candy bets for the Bulls.
Okay.
Let's go Modest blocks. Let's go Josh Giddey made threes. The reality check bet, I'm sorry. I'm taking the Pistons to cover 3.5 tonight. I know that the Bulls are playing on their home floor, and it's game 1 of 82. So a lot of game ones is kind of a toss-up. We're not really sure what we're going to see from any of these teams because preseason is not fully real NBA basketball.
Yeah.
So there is that element to it. But The line for tonight was actually Pistons -3. I pushed it to -3.5.
Okay.
Because that got it above plus money, plus 105,
That's
I
kind
believe.
of you.
And I'm sorry. The Pistons are a better team than the Bulls.
Yeah.
If the Pistons play like the team that they are capable of playing like, and the team that we saw push the Knicks to 7 games last season,
It's a problem.
I bet with my brain, not my heart.
Yeah.
And I see a Bulls L tonight. I do, because I think the Pistons are a better team.
And this is why I don't gamble, because I'm all about heart on the first game of the year. Bulls by 85. So that's where I'm at with it. And this is why I don't gamble, because I would absolutely be betting with my heart. But yeah, I appreciate you looking out for Modest, man. If Modest gets over that, if he gets 2 or 3 blocks and starts off on that journey to that 150, again, you're going to see me losing my mind and going crazy and being very happy about what I'm seeing on the floor. So that's the stuff I'm looking for, though, Matt. I know he's going to score. That's going to be there for Modest. I know he's going to, have the highlight plays. He's going to put the crossovers on some guys. All that's going to be dope. What I want to see is the defense. That's where it has to shine, because they need him, man. They need the defense from him.
See a big sack of Portillo's over there.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
You don't have to caress, the Portillo's, brother, but all right.
Our Bulls viewing dinner just arrived.
Yes, it is here.
So quickly, before we get out of here, and shout out again, get your bets in on Bet365. You still got a handful of minutes before tip-off. Last night, Dave.
Yeah.
Last night,
man. Talk about it, Matt. Talk slow about it.
Special contributor Michael Jeffrey Jordan, NBA on NBC. First of all, just that little video package they made to lead into it. And Patrick Ewing going, just cue it. Just cue the music.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson. Oh, my God.
That was amazing.
For those of us who are of a certain age, that was the thickest, happiest, slabbed dose of nostalgia of 90s NBA basketball that we've gotten in a long time.
Felt good.
It was beautiful.
Felt good, man. Felt awesome.
And then the cherry on the sundae of just a little 3.5 minute snippet of MJ sitting down with Mike Tirico as part of their halftime coverage. I don't care that Michael said very little of consequence in that interview.
At all.
I mean, MJ retired after his little Wizard stint and then, basically just ghosted.
Yeah.
You might see him up, going viral on social media at the racetrack from time to time.
Correct.
Then we got The Last Dance.
Amazing. Still
10 hours of MJ and Bull storytelling.
Changed
Incredible.
Changed Sarah's life.
Changed Sarah's life. She didn't know who Michael Jordan was before watching that documentary.
Well, let's not go that far.
But to just sit there and hear him and see him.
Yeah.
This man is a ghost
to
the game of NBA basketball.
Yeah.
And he has a right to be a ghost.
Yes.
He was in the public limelight for so long, so aggressively.
Yeah, man.
In a way that none of today's NBA stars or other professional athletes will ever understand.
True.
It's different.
Yeah.
LeBron, Kobe, don't care. It's different. It was different.
Yeah.
Everybody drops what they're doing when they see Michael Jordan. Oh, shit, Michael Jordan's on my television?
Right. Even guys who are playing now, like Donovan Mitchell, talking about dude, oh my God, Michael Jordan is on my TV. And I'm excited about it. It just that greatness transcends no other that I can really name in basketball. I can name it in other sports like a Muhammad Ali, and guys like that. But in basketball, man, I don't know that type of greatness just transcended and continues year after year after year after year, and it's passed down, man. He's like the Beatles, for goodness sakes. It doesn't matter your age. You're going to know Michael Jordan. And even if you just know him from the shoes, shout out to everybody on the comments on the shoes. Thank you. Or if you're going to, know him from actually watching the game and living through the greatness, as Matt and I did, and we're better for it. But either way it goes, when it comes to Michael Jordan, it is a part of culture. He didn't just change America. The man changed the world by the things that he did on the floor, man. And that is hard to name other players, just strictly did it by sport. Ali changed it outside the ring as well as inside the ring. Michael Jordan, man, it was just basketball, bro. He changed all of it simply by what you saw on the floor. You never really saw that level of greatness before or since, in my opinion. And I hope to see it again. I mean, it'd be great to. But, man, he's just special. So it's crazy to be that special in a sense where we just see you on the screen for 3 minutes and everybody stopped.
Yeah.
For 3 minutes, everybody just kind of stopped and watch and just listen to this man tell a simple story, and they were very satisfied just with that.
It's like being a little kid and watching Santa and his reindeers and his sleigh like fly over your house on Christmas Eve. When you see Michael Jordan on your TV in modern times, it's like, you know, he's the Loch Ness Monster. He's Sasquatch. He's, you know, Area 51.
Yeah.
And so look, people were kind of getting their jokes off last night as it happened. Like, oh, so the special contributor is just going to be NBA on NBC doling out this, 60, maybe 90-minute podcast he did with Mike Tirico.
Cool.
One game, nationally televised event for NBA on NBC at a time. Cool. No complaints.
None. Zero.
Because that is more time that I will get to sit and watch and listen to Michael Jordan than I would have gotten otherwise had he not decided to do this.
And I hope when it's over that they release the whole thing as a podcast.
Oh my God.
Because we're going to listen to it again, okay? That's how it goes.
Figure out how to have that play on loop on the backs of my eyelids so I can watch it while I sleep. Shout out to Rally Cap and Standing saying nostalgia at 100. Kimberly, what up, Kimberly? Saying with you, Matt, on MJ. R Hall, for sure, absolutely beautiful. Joel Hernandez, hearing Jordan talk about not picking up a basketball was great. Yeah, didn't pick up a basketball for a long time.
That was crazy. I do want to say, speaking of greatness,
sure, yeah,
and all those things, and speaking of a guy like Michael Jordan,
there
is someone who could rival Michael Jordan in this city.
What?
And guess what? Well, yes, you, Sarah, for sure, absolutely.
Sarah Bear, greater than signed Michael Jordan.
Come on. But I have to mention this person. His name is Derrick Rose. And his jersey is being retired. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to be in the house. Oh, I'm going to be there for it. And I can't wait. And I want you to join. Rose is going to the rafters. That is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. The official CHGO basketball suite takeover. It is happening. You know the date, January 24th. You know the opponent. It doesn't matter. It could have been the Jamico Saints. It wouldn't matter. But they are playing the Boston Celtics. Derrick Rose is going into immortality. That jersey is being raised into the rafters. We would love for you guys to be there and join us for the wonderful festivities that will be occurring that night. Rose in the rafters, ladies and gentlemen. The sweet takeover. Yes. It is official, and yes, it is a top shelf event. I can't wait, baby. D-Rose going to the rafters. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful thing.
Wonderful thing.
Participation, not mandatory. Encouraged.
Encouraged. This is true.
Fan how you want to fan.
Mm-hmm.
My participation, TBD.
Joe Hernandez, he says, brother, got tickets to the game. All right.
There you go.
Come holler, man. Come
there
holler,
bro. We can't.
Prince Bull fan, you coming? You coming? All right. I know Easy hit me. Easy
hit you up? Easy coming?
Easy hit me.
Well, come on, Clem. You got to come too. Also, shout out, Clem. I saw you post yourself a picture wearing the same T-shirt tonight. I saw you, buddy.
Baby.
With that, we are just a few minutes removed from tip-off. Bulls, Pistons. The real games start.
Oh, I miss you saying that.
Right
a few
now.
minutes from tip-off. I miss you saying that so much.
We're back, baby.
Oh, we back.
Let's
back. Go, man.
Thanks for joining us for pregame. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't do it yet during the show. We appreciate each and every like. They help us out a lot. And make sure you're also subscribed. That's CHGO Sports YouTube channel. 91.1K and climbing. Let's get to 100K before New Year's Eve, shall we?
Why not?
That seems like a good goal.
Let's do it.
Hit subscribe, hit the like. Shout out to our queen of the controls tonight, Sarah Bear. She'll be back with us for post-game live immediately following the conclusion of Bulls versus Pistons. Make sure you're following GOAT, our guy, Will_Gottlieb, along for his reporting of tonight's action. We'll talk to him as well during post-game. See Red, be good.
Yes.
We got a ball night.
Go Bulls. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.